let's talk about happiness. We're always told to find it, right? As if it's some lost object we just need to stumble upon. But what if that whole idea is wrong? What if happiness isn't something you find, but something you build, one small action at a time?
You know that feeling, don't you? It's like you're on this hamster wheel, chasing after the next thing. A new job, a new relationship. Thinking, okay, this will be it. This will make me happy. But then you get there, and the goalposts just move again. It's an absolutely exhausting cycle that so many of us are caught in.
And get this for a dose of reality. Imagine you're a leading expert on the science of happiness. You've literally written the book on it. And then, right after it's published, your life falls apart. This isn't just some funny irony. It's a powerful reminder that knowing about happiness and living it are two totally different things. It shows that everyone, I mean everyone, struggles with this.
All right, so let's dive into what I call the happiness paradox. This is all about why that common advice to just be positive feels so impossible, especially when we need it the most.
I mean, seriously, if it were as easy as just flipping a switch in our brain from worried to happy, we'd all have done it ages ago, right? But you can't just tell yourself to stop worrying. Your brain doesn't really work that way. There's a reason it feels like such an uphill battle.
And here is a wild piece of the puzzle. According to a major study, our minds are wandering almost 47% of the time. Think about that. Nearly half of our waking lives, our brain is just off somewhere else, not in the here and now, but replaying the past or worrying about the future.
And this is where it gets really important. Trying to control those automatic wandering thoughts is, well, it's incredibly hard. It's like trying to grab smoke. But your actions? That's a whole different ballgame. You are in command of what you do. You can choose to take a walk. You can choose to call a friend. So here's the key takeaway. Well-being isn't built by what you think. It's built by what you do.
So, why does our brain seem to fight us on this? Why does it default to worry and anxiety? Well, to get that, we have to look under the hood at our brain's ancient operating system. It's all about survival.
Okay, picture this classic scenario. You're in your performance review. Your boss spends 10 minutes just raving about all the amazing things you've accomplished. You're feeling great. And then they spend maybe 30 seconds on one tiny little area for improvement.
Yeah, you already know the answer, don't you? It's that one little critique. The 10 compliments? Poof, gone. But that one tiny negative comment just loops in your head for the rest of the day, maybe even the whole week.
This isn't just you being hard on yourself, it's how our brains are wired. Research from Harvard actually shows this really clearly. The emotional sting from a setback is more than twice as powerful as the good feeling we get from a success. It's like our emotional brain gives way more weight to the bad stuff.
And this phenomenon has a name. It's called the negativity bias. Basically, our brains are like Velcro for bad experiences and Teflon for good ones. And it's not a flaw. It's an ancient feature that was designed to keep us safe.
And here's why. For our ancestors, the person who spent all day admiring a beautiful sunset might have missed the tiger hiding in the grass. But the person who was constantly scanning for threats, they survived. So your brain's number one job isn't to make you happy. It's to get you to the end of the day alive.
Okay, that might sound a little bleak, I know. Our brains are basically Velcro for negativity. But, and this is a really big but, we are not stuck. We can actively work against this bias. We can train happiness like a muscle, using deliberate, positive actions.
I love this question. We all know what to do for our physical health, right? We exercise, we try to eat well. But what about our mental health? What are those small daily exercises we can do to build up our psychological fitness? Well, it turns out one of the longest scientific studies ever conducted actually gave us a shockingly clear answer about the single most powerful action we can take. Let's dig in.
75 years. Just let that sink in. For 75 years, Harvard researchers followed the lives of over 700 men. They tracked them from the time they were teenagers all the way into their 90s, looking at their work, their health, their family lives, all to answer one massive question. What truly keeps people happy and healthy as they go through life?
And the results were surprising. After sifting through decades of data, the clearest message wasn't what they expected. The secret to a good life, it turns out, was not about getting rich. It wasn't about being famous. And it wasn't about just working harder and harder.
That was it.
The single biggest predictor of health and happiness over a lifetime was the quality of people's relationships. Good, close relationships literally protect our bodies and our brains as we get older.
Now, let's be super clear on what quality means. It's not about the number of friends you have. It's not about being in a perfect romantic relationship. It's about having people in your life that you can truly count on, people you can be vulnerable with. It's about feeling like you can be your true self and that somebody really has your back.
So, if we know that relationships are the key, we can't just passively hope they get better. We have to actively work on them. We have to turn this knowledge into action, and we can start right now.
This is your first psychological sit-up. I'm being completely serious. Let's do this together. Just pause for a second. Think of one person in your life you are genuinely grateful for. Got someone? Okay, now pull out your phone and send them a simple text telling them why you appreciate them. It'll take you 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Look, that one text message isn't going to change your whole life, but making this a habit, that can. Every single time you do something small like this, you're strengthening those social bonds. You're actively fighting your brain's negativity bias by focusing on the good. You're literally casting a vote for a happier, more connected life.
And let's just end on this thought. That one small action you just took, it didn't just create a good feeling for you and for the person who received it, it creates a ripple. When we actively work on our own well-being through our actions, we give others permission to do the same. So my question to you is, what ripple are you going to start today?